The Cranfield University campus has been developed on the site of an old military airfield. The new library and health management centre are just two of the state-of-the-art buildings which provide expertise. The Environmental Risk Centre is based at one of the older buildings. It will work closely with the Government Department for the Environment, Food and Rural Affairs to assess the probabilities and impacts of a whole range of environmental risks. These include flooding, animal and plant disease and adapting to climate change. The information will then be used to help DEFRA develop policies across the board.
We're delighted, of course, to have won this work. I think we've got it because we've got a wide-ranging capability at Cranfield University across all our schools with respect to risk and its assessment and its management. And particularly, we've got a very deep and international expertise in environmental science and engineering here.
An International Strategic Advisory Board will guide the work of the new centre, and this will then consider the advice of experts on the Science Advisory Council.
We've got three themes in the centre. We're interested in how DEFRA and government in general use scientific evidence to inform risk assessment and management. We're interested in their abilities to strategically appraise across their remit, as I'd already recently said. And as with all organisations, DEFRA has the challenge of its own organisational capabilities and competences in risk management, and that's something we'll also be working with DEFRA on.
People are aware of the obvious environmental risks, traffic and fumes feeding into public health, and the debate about the causes of climate change. And public health risks are writ large in newspapers and television coverage of the outbreaks of avian flu and the new variant CJD spread by consuming infected cattle.
We're in discussion at the moment with DEFRA policy colleagues on the individual areas, but we have already worked for DEFRA on issues such as threats to soils and soils quality. We've worked with them on issues of animal carcass disposal in the event of exotic animal disease outbreaks. And so there are a whole range of skills and technical areas we can draw on from across our university in order to support their needs.
For the centre's manager, one area of expertise and risk concern is nanotechnology.
At the moment, a lot of the nanomaterials will come under, as far as I understand it, the chemical regulations. That's very well in place, that's all set up, it's all very understandable. The question is whether that would then be appropriate to actually apply to nanoscale materials. We have a slightly different material there in the fact that it is small, and a lot of the testing guidelines currently may not be appropriate. Within the Cranfield University there has been a group, including Professor Simon Pollard, which has actually considered this problem previously, and we've published reports on that. But that's only one of the possibilities with risk for nanomaterials. The other thing, of course, is one of the things that I am quite interested in is public perception of risks. And nanomaterial and the public perception of nanomaterial is a very interesting subject, and there's quite a lot of work going on that at the moment.
The risk to the environment is perceived at many different levels, and scenes like this give a general reminder of how precious it is. This new centre will be linking and assessing risk at a more scientific level, and it will be their job to communicate this clearly so that governments and the public can understand strategies that are developed to protect us all.